K-Dub, are we going to see Jeremy Lin get re-signed by the Knicks? I know it's kind of early, but are we going to see him get re-signed next year to maybe, I don't know, $3-4 million a year contract? And
go ahead.
And when are we going to start giving Novak some love, man? That dude has been boosting.
Novocaine is getting love.
Yo,
listen, Novocaine, baby. That's
killing
what
it.
Walt Clyde Frazier name for him. Call him Novocaine. Yo, if you're a Knicks fan, trust me, you've been giving Novak a lot of love.
Absolutely.
You when he played in the Garden, those knowledgeable Knicks fans is giving him the love that he deserves because he's coming in there and doing exactly what we want him to do and what we need him to do. In regards to Jeremy Lin, you know what? It would be smart for them to do that. You know, if they can keep the squad that they have right now and build on what they have, it can be definitely a lot of good things in the future. I say it like this. The way that he's played, if the Knicks do not sign him, he's going to get signed by someone else. You know, that Houston market, maybe even that Golden State market again. So he's made. I say it like this. He's made some money for himself. But let me say this about Jeremy Lin. Everybody is jumping on the bandwagon, jumping off the bandwagon. Listen, let's be honest. He's only played really 21 games in his NBA career. You know, realistically, he's still kind of sort of a rookie. You know, so he's not going to come in and be the shady. He's not going to be Walt Clyde Frazier with, I was about to say something wrong.
But you know what though? I'm glad Dub you made that point because listening to a lot of Knicks fans talk, a lot of folks want to anoint, like you said, him the next Walt Clyde Frazier, or they want to compare him to Steve Nash, or they want to, say this or that about Jeremy Lin. After having watched those first 8 or 9 games where he lit up the league, his name's in lights, he's got all these endorsements, everybody's talking about Jeremy Lin, and then we've seen him somewhat level off, after Mario Chalmers basically shut him down, Darren Williams basically embarrassed him, and Rajon Rondo ran circles around him. Now we're starting to see him level off a little bit. In your opinion, what is his ceiling? How good is Jeremy Lin? Is Jeremy Lin Steve Nash, or is Jeremy Lin Chris Duhon? Or is he somewhere in the middle?
Jeremy Lin is Jeremy Lin.
Okay.
I think we do a lot of players a disservice trying to compare them to someone when everybody should have their own unique talent that they bring to the particular team. I think he should go out there and just be him. Now, whether that's 10 points and 8 assists, or if that's 13 assists and 5 points, just do what he does. Be Jeremy Lin. So I think it's too early, man, to start, trying to say, what type of player he is. Just be the player that the Knicks need him to be in order for them to be successful. Whether that's getting a high number of assists or whether that's, scoring and keeping the defense honest.
Let me chime in and get you across the river for a quick second here, K-Dub. A couple of days ago, we saw a double nickel. I think it was
you saw a double nickel plus 2.
Yeah, and a double nickel and 2 pennies.
And 2 pennies, yeah. 2 pennies. What's going on? I mean, Jersey, that's the first time I've heard Jersey in such a long, long time. Is my man going to be like that for the rest of the season? What's going on with my boy?
There's a reason.
Darren Williams is, he's the point guard for the New Jersey Nets. He had 57 points against Charlotte. A lot of people trying to discredit that 57 because, let's be for real, it's against Charlotte. Charlotte has 4 wins, but it's still 57 points. So let's just keep that in mind. Big thing right now with New Jersey, they're worried about whether or not they're going to keep him because he is a free agent. He hasn't necessarily said that he's going to come back to New Jersey. A lot of people are speculating that, possibly it'll be him and Dwight Howard somewhere, whether it be New Jersey, whether it be Dallas, which is where I think that he may go. I think Dallas will be the ideal situation for him, be it that, you have Dirk based on the back end of his career. This will probably be Jason Kidd's last year. He may retire, and then they have room enough to, bring in him and possibly a Dwight Howard. That would automatically put them in the top 3, 4 teams, best teams in the league. That's my own personal opinion. The Nets are very worried about, not having him, and now, who's going to be your marketed player when you move to Brooklyn.
Well, let me ask you this. Would it be Brook Lopez?
You at this particular point, you have no choice because of him being hurt. That dampens your opportunity of trading him for Dwight Howard. He was always in any type of trade that they were going to do. Brook Lopez was the main key of that trade. Now that he's had the situation in his foot, and then recently this week he's actually out 3 weeks. He had a bad ankle sprain during that Charlotte game. So it kind of puts a dampen on their plans as far as trade possibilities.
Well, let me ask you this: how big is a factor for injuries in the NBA? I mean, I'm more of an NFL guy, okay? And if I have a player, or I see a player that's constantly getting hurt and on the injured bug, is he any trade material? I mean, right now, how many players out there that are really injured and possibly could be traded?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of teams, you're not going to make a trade for a player that's injured because it's almost equivalent of buying bad goods. There have been situations where, individuals have been traded, and because of a particular injury that was disclosed, the trade was rescinded, i.e. Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler actually should have been on Oklahoma City, and due to a toe injury, the trade was rescinded. Now he's in New York. Funny how things happen, So, with injuries, that it plays a part, man. It plays a part in injuries. It scares teams off because who wants to trade for someone and not really have that guarantee that this guy is going to be there for the long haul? That's one reason why a lot of teams may have been kind of scared of Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you.
Injuries, like you said, are a big deal, Dub. I'm looking around the league right now, and I see a few big names that have gotten hurt. One in Atlanta, GA, Joe Johnson. Any idea what the status is of Joe Johnson, when he's expected back? Is he back already?
Well, from what I understand, he's going to be out another 2 games. I thought that with the time away from the team in around the All-Star break, that will be enough time. But from what I hear, he's not with the team right now. I actually just turned to the game, and he's not playing. So I think that that particular injury to his knee is definitely a hindrance to Atlanta. Especially with them trying to keep that number 6 spot at 22-15.
Right. Right. What about Ginobili? Is he back yet?
Ginobili is not back as of yet. I think maybe later on this week, possibly beginning of next week, he should be back in the lineup for San Antonio.
Okay. All right, Dub, we're going to leave it there with the NBA. We appreciate it. We're going to move on the next segment. Actually, you know what? I want you to hold the line because when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the NFL, and we're going to talk about what's going on there. So we're going to just get a quick comment from you on that, and then we'll let you go. So hold the line, K-Dub. Ain't no half-stepping, Marcus J. We'll be back in a minute.